ladies and gentlemen, Greg M here talking track and field, looking at the US Track and Field Championships and the Jamaica Track and Field Championship at the same time as best as I can. But I want to cover this young lady here. As you can see, Sha'carri Richardson win 200 prelim outdoor championship, and she continues her dominance, and she's real happy after that 200 meter heats. She reacts as she wins the heat in the first round, and she ran at 21.6. Let's read a little bit here. The weekend keeps getting better for Sha'carri Richardson as the USATF Outdoor Championships and at the USATF Outdoor Championship, I think I misread that. The Carter alum, after winning the 100 meter title Friday, comfortably won the first round of the women's 200 meters with a time of 21.6. She had a plus 2.6 win. So it wasn't a win legal time. The meet record is 21.6, set by Gabby Thomas on June 26, 2021, but that wasn't legal. So she still need to get a win legal time. Right, and let's take a look here at the race. That's her there. If you see my little dot following, that's Sha'carri Richardson. And she blazed the curve. Look how much she comes off that curve with a 2-3 meter lead and then kept opening it up till she get almost to look like about 10 meter lead on them. And she slowed down about a meter from the finish line, or half a meter from the finish line. But hopefully she's not running at 100%. She looked like she ran 100% effort on the curve, definitely, to get a good curve running in. And then she just kind of looked like she tried to keep that momentum. Now, I don't know if she was running hard the whole way through, because sometimes they look effortless when they run fast, but because their form is so efficient, so smooth, it looks like they're not running that hard. And she may have been running hard, and the only time she slowed down was a half a meter from the finish line. But either way, she still looked good, she still looked strong. Who knows, she might be stronger in the 200 this year than even the 100. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one heck of a run. And see, of course, the article goes on to say, her recent success comes just 2 years after having her national title stripped because of doping violation. The 23-year-old declared Friday that she wasn't just back. I'm here to stay. I'm not back. I'm better, Richardson said. So, and she's going to try and back that up now with the 200 semis today and the finals afterwards. So that's going to be exciting to watch. Let's look at this race one more time. She's running out the lane 6. There she's on the curve. She picked up that lady in front of her real quick. My only concern is that she's not using too much effort to prove herself in the heats, especially if you're running against other young ladies, other athletes, doesn't measure up to you talent-wise. You don't have to prove anything. Conserve a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because you have semifinals where you're going to have even hotter competition who are going to try and, knock you out if they can. And then if you make it to the finals, you have to come and repeat that again. And see, that's the truth. When it gets to this stage, at the heights of the track and field season leading up in the World Championships or Olympics, we see whose conditioning level is really on point. And a lot of times some athletes just can't repeat. Their conditioning level is poor, or they peak too early, and they're not using the energy properly throughout the rounds. So Sha'carri, I wish her all the best, and I hope that she will perform well, because I want to see the best of the best show up for the World Championships. Then let's look at some of the results here as far as comparing. And as you can see, there were some good times. This is the women's 100 meter hurdles, and we got Yannick Thompson that took that one for Sprint Tech, 12.53 for the Jamaica. This is the Jamaica National qualifier for Budapest. And I don't have all the results. I'm just covering some of the performances I thought stand out. Then Megan Tapper, elite performance, ran at 12.44. This is just it's qualifying semi-rounds. And we know the US women's took it out there yesterday in their finals. And the 200, of course, compared to Sha'carri Richardson, Uh, Sasha Lee Forbes won that first one. She was in there with Sharika Jackson, who just, the top two qualifiers are automatic anyway. And she ran 22.8, 22.84 for Sasha Lee Forbes. And you can tell Sharika she just was a tempo run the whole way through. No unnecessary energy to qualify. And you see Sha'carri Richardson blazing that curve and then extending her lead. But we'll look at that in a minute. Then we have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who showed up, testing herself. She has a bye in the 100, so she didn't have to run the 100 in the Jamaica trials. So she ran at 22.39 to qualify. And that's not bad for her first race. She's being smart because she dealt with some injuries earlier in the year, and this ended up just being her first race. And I'm not expecting her to be in top form, but I expect her to be in good enough form to be in the mix. Maybe not for gold, but maybe silver or bronze. But Shelly-Ann Fraser is a very competitive person. You never know what her preparation is going to be like now after having that first taste of competition. Let's look here. The women, of course, you see Sha'carri Richardson. Look at that, 21.61. Let's see how hard she was running. Her first 100, 11.17. And whoa, what's this? 10.45. Is that her second 100 time? With a 2.6. Well, I guess with the wind, the 2.6 wind push, but that's still fast. Tamara Clark, 11.34 first 100, 10.71 the second. Gabby Thomas, 11.43 the first 100, 10.85 the second 100. Wow. But you can see the qualifiers there. Of course, we know Sha'carri Richardson. That tells me she was running hard. It's just that her form is so mechanically efficient that she looked like she really, in some people's mind, wasn't all out, but she was running. Tamara Clark, Gabby Thomas, Abby Steiner, Chandler, Tanisha Terry, those are going to be the ones I think going to be mixing it up, for the top 3 spots. So definitely we expect Sha'carri Richardson to win that. We'll see if she's going to manage her efforts in the semifinals. Unfortunately, she runs so hard in the heats, she can't relax as much in the semis. Because everybody's looking for automatic qualifying in the semis and for proper lane draw. So she's unfortunately going to have to go push it again, and then the true test is of her condition and show if she can come back and repeat in the finals and run 21.6 or better. So that's that. Sydney McLaughlin. She's sub 49, 48.74. She keep getting better and better and better. World lead, meet record and personal best. So she's learning. The first 200, 23.24. Second 200, 25.51. Once she mastered the efforts in the first 200 and the effort in the second 200, and she can work out some kind of even split, that young lady is going to run 47 before you know it. Maybe this year, whether at the World Championships or after the World Championship, we'll see. Britton Wilson decided to run the 400, not the hurdles this year also. She came back with a 49, Talita Diggs, Jackson. So, but these are the top 3 women for the US. But wow, Paulino from the Dominican Republic and Femke Bolno are probably like, wow, you have to step up their game. And Nassar from Bahrain, she's going to try, she has run a 48.15 before all that stuff when she got the whereabouts ban, but she's coming back. The world athletes are watching each other. And then of course the men's in the final, they ran a 44.22, Vernon Norwood 44.39, Quincy Hall 44, all the way down to 5th place 44, Matthew Bonin with 6th place with that 45.17. So he's decided to focus more on 400s because he has not been as successful in the 100 meters. Some success in the 200, but even then he hadn't been able to improve much in the 200. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, some of the results that I wanted to cover And we're watching the women specifically. The women are very competitive, just as much as the men. And for some reason, the women has just captivated the whole world's attention as far as this matchup between the top athletes, the US and Jamaican athletes, and the UK, and all these other athletes that are coming to bring the A game. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's some of the stuff I want to cover. We're going to be watching for the finals, for the 200 later on, for the men and women, especially on the US side, because they are not playing around. Everybody's come all business. And as we know, Sha'carri Richardson, boy, she trying to send a strong message, and running those fast times, a little bit of psychology, going in because you want to psych out the other athletes, but you got to be careful at the same time, make sure you're not using too much energy. I just hope that she hadn't peaked too early, because I think Shericka Jackson has not peaked, and she's still in the gradual progression. She's still getting better and better, because that 110.65, I think it was just pure strength and power. And now she's going to be working on her speed. We'll see. Let's get your popcorn ready and let's watch his space for later on this evening when the running event starts. So that's all I want to put out there for now. Until next time. All right, we'll be watching.